I think I just realized my shirt is on backwards. Yep, but that's not the point. No wonder the neck has been so tight. Alright, so, my hair's up, so I look really, really weird. I don't usually put my hair up because I don't like how it looks. But, so I've been home with a fever for about since Saturday. Saturday I had to play a soccer game. I mean, I was feeling okay. I was a little stuffed up, had a bit of a sore throat. That was pretty much it. I wasn't really, like, coughing. Next day, literally overnight, I was coughing, sneezing. I didn't want to move. I was just like, I don't want to do anything. My body was just like, no. And so, of course, you're forced to do your homework. Well, you're at home, da-da-da-da-da. You have to do it. And, although I couldn't do worksheets and stuff, and yeah, I could have had friends bring it to me, but instead of bringing that up to the teachers and making myself do that when I felt like that, no. I only did the stuff that was in the textbook. But you know how sometimes you get a new textbook, you get a new book, especially when you get a new book from like a library or something, you read the last sentence, you read the first one, pretty damn normal, right? You want to see what you're going to go through. Well, I'm not very smart, being a 9th grader. It doesn't matter. I'm still in algebra. FIL1. Look at my hair color. Anyway, that's not the point. I sit this big-ass mofo down here. Practically break my legs. That's not the point, though. And I'm flipping through. I'm like, okay, I don't know what we really need slow for. We learned that last year. Already went through that. I'm flipping, kind of like getting distracted, looking out my window, looking down. Where's that one page that I came across that was the fucking, excuse my language, craziest freaking problem? Like, here's one. Square root of 3 times the square root of 2 over the square root of 7 fraction shit fucking this. Like, you're gonna go to a fucking store and you're gonna use this. You are gonna use all of that. I know it's backwards for you, but I'm pretty sure that your simple brain can decipher that. But even so, it's in common knowledge, and the reason that I like trade schools is because you get to, study what you are going to do. If you're going to be a lawyer, you study lawyer shit. If you're going to be a cook, you study measurements and cook shit. If you're going to be a math teacher, you study that shit. History, that shit. It's start on your path, you go whatever way you're supposed to. No, in regular school, you need to basically, especially because I'm dyslexic, and also now you're looking at this backwards, look at those answers. Try, and here's the other thing, it's like, you simply could save a hell of a lot more paper, I think, if you just put them straight down, 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 straight down. And then with the titles at the top. You could have like 6 of them up here. No, they fit 4 on one paper. You can see if you see the red dots. And then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and there's like a 4A and a 4B. And it's like all right. It's like fucking, and it just makes you want to go, all right, let's check the answer. What the fuck is this shit? I'm gonna get totally in trouble for damaging the book, but remote! Fuck you. That's not the point. And I literally just finished my homework, and I was like, okay, let's see. 3m minus 11. I'm like, okay, I guess there's, scenarios where you could use that. 3m minus whatever equals whatever. I'm like, why don't you just figure out the damn number before you start doing the math? And yes, there are some where you're not going to know it, and so yeah, you're going to need to do stuff like that. That is perfectly, perfectly reasonable. But let's say a person wants to be an artist, a cook, or a skateboarder. There you go, or surfer. Why in God's name do we have to go through fucking calculus then? So when you're surfing, you want to make sure that you calculate the freaking diameter of your shit and the circumference. And I don't have a very strong vocabulary, so I can't support the argument. That's not the point. All I'm saying is, like, schools, in my opinion, should lead you to what you want to be. And if you don't know what you want to be, yeah, you take the kind of school that, does everything. That's why, and I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but let's say you want to do something really bad, but, you want to do it, but you've never, been in actual, class for it, maybe the little elementary school stuff, middle school, outside classes, or whatever. Like me, I want to be a pastry chef. I want to be a regular chef, mostly, making extreme cakes that explode in people's faces. But that's not the point. That's a different story. You want to do something like that. Well, they're putting you on the path for everything, so, you're learning the history of the U.S., which, yeah, that's important. You need to know that. You have to learn the history of Japan. It's like, no, I don't need that to bake a fucking cake, bro. And then it's like, you need to learn calculus, and you're like, okay, I can see where that would come in with baking a cake because of the measurements and stuff, but I'm pretty sure measurements is just fine as long, because you need to measure how high it is, the weight and things like that of how things would, shift out, and that's, where, 3m plus whatever minus whatever equals y 2x squared quattro cinco seis, I don't fucking know. Anyway, you need to learn stuff like that. But I don't even really know what calculus is. All that I've heard from anyone that I ask, they're like, it is so complicated. It is the hardest form of math. And if you're an architect or a construction worker or whatever, you need to use it, I guess. And I'm going off of other people. I need to look it up online because I don't even know what the fuck calculus is. But all I know is that it's really, really, really hard, not useful math if you want to be a professional surfer or a professional skateboarder. Or like me, be a cook. But again, that's not the point. This is a random video, and I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry that, my voice is so weird. I'm wearing a random baggy throw-on t-shirt. But, I got to miss out on school today because I just was like, I don't want to do this. I'm still not feeling well. I threw up this morning. I was just not feeling well. So that's one of the reasons I'm making a video. Marissa is going to she goes to a different school than I do now, so it makes it harder for us to connect. Sometimes we take the bus together because hers is, over here, and mine's over here. When they get home, we have to go like that, and hers passes mine, stuff like that. Anyway. Excuse me. But, eventually I'm going to get her in here, and we have all these segments planned out that are going to be really, really awesome for this channel. And, our, rogue project that we were telling you about, we're still, getting it up. We were hoping to have it, the first episode up by the end of, this year. But, I realize now being in high school, you don't have a lot of time. And I've really, really, really realized that. So, right when summer starts, that's when we're going to start putting in action. So, probably midsummer is when you're going to expect it. And, I'm going to throw my hands up here and say, ours is going to look really lame compared to the one of Machinima that's coming out right now, or to Red vs. Blue, or to any of the other ones. Ours is going to be pretty suckish. But, it's something that we came up with, we wanted to do. We were inspired by Red vs. Blue. We were inspired by the comedy of everyone else. We, had a good idea, and so we're putting it into action. So, don't leave the hate comments saying that, oh, whatever is so much better, because, yeah, of course we know that. Of course they're going to be better than us. We're not going to sit there and go, no, ours is much better than yours. You need to stop bragging over it. No, that's not how we roll. We know that it's better, okay? Actually, while I was sick, I went through about a good maybe 30 messages from somewhere from a couple of friends that were like, oh, here's a good challenge you should try, because I'm going to do a little bit of a spoiler. We're having a challenge segment, so basically we're going to do things like the cinnamon challenge. I already did it, so I'm making Marissa do it, unless you guys leave a comment on this video if you want me to do it again, even though I hated it so much, but I will do it again if you guys want me to. And we're going to have it filmed in slow-mo. It's probably not the best slow-mo that, I could have, but it's pretty high quality, so I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, what else? another segment that we're having. Oh yeah, is one where we're gonna take those little gray tables. They're just like the grayish white top tables, and you just fold out. And we're gonna put one in the middle of Clover Park over here. We're gonna put it in the little bowl. Whatever's going on behind us, it's gonna be fine. Basically, we're just gonna talk about news, like what's going on in the world right now. Not like politics. We're just gonna basically go. 2 people are fighting over the big chair. No, we're gonna talk about stuff like what's happening at our school. I know it's not important to most of you, but hell, I gotta do something because I do like Samo. So, talk about like what's just going on in general. Like we're gonna have fake stories, like guy tries to commit a robbery or something, and it's gonna be like someone dressed up as a robber, and we're gonna fake rob a store. He's gonna go in there and just be like, "This is a robbery. Oh, sorry, wrong store. Sorry." And then he's gonna walk out. Like it's gonna be things like that. Like a robbery was attempted at the blah blah blah. We have like a little mic and a little teeny mic stand, so it'll be just like some cute thing. And then behind us, we'll have people like tackling each other, of our cast, like fake beating each other up or shooting them or whatever. And I'm just sitting there like, and Marissa's next to me or whoever's hosting. It's gonna kind of not really rotate. It's just gonna be like whoever wants to do it really that time. Unless you guys want us to set up a schedule. I didn't really think it was that good of an idea because the only problem with schedules is like, especially with homework and stuff, it's gonna, in school in general, it's gonna be hard to do things like set up a schedule. But it's up to you. Like if you want to see people certain days, and you can always message us later. I'm sorry this is so long, but I really needed to update because I've been sick for so long. And I'm going crazy nuts because I'm not one to sit still. So when you make me sit still for like 3.5 days inside of a bed, this is what happens. Anyway, leave a message. Bye.